Bro, Charlie, nice to meet you, bro.
Nice meeting you too.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, myself, as we did in primary school. It's always whenever I'm asked that, I was like, I have to go back to
You have
that
to
time
go
and
back in.
then open the script and all that. Okay. My name is Joe Pesky. Joe Pesky, and actually, it's not my real name. That's the brand name.
That's your brand name.
The
That's
brand name.
Yeah.
So since it's Joe Pesky, it's Joe
Yeah,
Pesky.
then Joe Pesky it is.
But unless you want to know the
Oh no,
real
no,
name, Joe
your
Pesky.
brand name is good.
Yeah, sure. All right. I hail from Kumasi. I schooled in Kumasi, and I have a background in IT, management information system.
Yeah.
MPhil actually, and I'm also a fashion designer and a stylist as well. Yeah, and my hobbies are tennis playing, golfing, and also I love to travel around.
Oh,
And I love to cook too as well.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So
Hello. So this today we are talking about fashion, right?
fashion.
And since you are in the field of fashion, what would you say fashion is?
Wow, that's a very interesting question because a lot of people, I've been hearing a lot of people defining fashion in their own way.
Yeah, exactly.
But one thing that is kind of dominant in what I've been hearing is most people attribute fashion to clothes and all that. But to me, I think fashion is a phenomenon, something that exists at a particular period or time. Fashion, okay. So we cannot limit it to just clothes. The food we eat is fashion.
Okay.
The water we drink is fashion. The perfumes we wear is fashion. Sometimes even the music that you listen to.
Okay.
Architect is also fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you used to hear that you can drive around maybe the real estate places and you see that someone can say this house is old fashioned. You understand? So what they're trying to say is that the house was actually designed in a particular era,
In a particular
or a particular year or generation or something like that. So fashion cannot be attributed to
Only
just clothes. So it's a very broader and a wider phenomenon.
I've never really thought about it in that sense.
Yeah.
To be honest, right? As you mentioned the old fashioned, I was like, oh yeah,
that's
say
fine.
that.
So
It's
fashion
true.
is anything that exists at a particular time. You understand?
Yeah.
The way we design our rooms, the decor is fashion.
Yeah.
You understand? Because of the furniture, the TVs, the access, other things, anything that existing or you can position it at a particular instance or time is fashion.
Would you say it's also like a form of self-expression as well?
Yes, it's a self-expression because you decide to say, okay, you want to be this person.
Yeah.
I want to use this perfume. I want to do this hair way of presenting myself.
Yeah.
Because of where I fit, where I find myself.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
what you are doing to yourself at a particular time with something, your car, the paint, what that substance you put on it is fashion. So it's self-expression. You can say it that way.
Yeah. It's true actually. And in terms of, because it feels as if looking on a very broader term of what we deem as fashion, in terms of what, again, what we wear, the designs we have in our houses and all these things, right?
Even the food
we eat,
the
way
whiskey
we design them.
the
Exactly.
whiskey you
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In that sense, right?
Yeah.
It goes in a some would say in a very secular way, right?
Yeah.
Some fashions keep on reappearing in time, right? Where like, you can see people take inspiration from back in the day and just bring it back, and it comes, even as I said, in almost all these things, right? You can see houses that were in quote old fashioned that are now coming back up, dresses that are old fashioned that are now coming back up, and all these things are now. So you can see that the idea that there's nothing new under the sun also cuts in the whole fashion trend, where it goes in and comes out like that. Again, in as much as there's new innovations coming in, but when it comes to certain things, you can tell there's a little bit of inspiration from the past that comes into the present, in that sense, right?
Yes. Let me add to that. So I would say even Google will say you stand on the shoulder of giants.
Yeah.
As you rightly said, that there's nothing new under the sun. And I'll say that it's like more like a revolution. Is that a word to use? I mean,
Evolution
instead of evolution,
Yeah.
something actually, I mean, going around and coming
Exactly,
back and
you
all
know.
that. You see, so it's like that. See, the trends keep changing.
Yeah.
The direction which something is going and how it's developing.
Yeah.
You know, the old ways keep coming back.
Exactly.
And you know, it keeps itself like that.
Yeah. Let's come to our country, Ghana, right? Where even Africa, let's say West Africa, right? And let's talk about African fashion. You know, we've seen an increase in the love of African fashion, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, people would prefer to be in a Western clothes, like what I'm wearing now and all that type of thing. But now you can see people are now even accepting the African fashion way. Even now, more weddings and all that are now using these type of African prints and African fashion to be able to express themselves. And me, particularly, I'm happy about that because it gets, because back in the day we thought it wasn't cool to wear like an African thing. But now it's so cool that you cannot go without even wearing that. People are now, there's so many beautiful styles out there. People are literally, you see it like, this is nice. I want to do this. I want to wear this. It's so beautiful. And I'm happy that it's now on the rise. Now we are not even on an international stage where we are doing things right. Even if you look at these, what would you call it? Big fashion brands, right? Now, Off-White is now headed by a Senegalese guy, right?
Yeah.
I think he's a Senegalese guy, right? And like you can see that Africa is going up in that sense. We have big brands in Ghana, Nigeria that are actually influencing the fashion industry, especially on the African continent, even in the diaspora and Black community as well, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very beautiful thing, right? And my question is, you being a fashion guy in that sense, right? How is your contribution to that? What do you do to make sure that people find it cool enough to be able to do it? Because for you to be able to start, the person, they have to feel good in themselves, right? Your job is to make sure people feel good in what they're wearing, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever you're trying to give to them, right? They have to feel good enough to know that if I wear this is nice, right? How do you go about that? Because it's not an easy thing, right?
Yep.
To style people to make sure that Charlie, you look good. Because maybe what I see in my head that you look good, maybe you don't see it. But for me to convince you that you look good, and you also embody that, I look good. They say if you look good, you're confident enough to do other things as well, right?
Yeah.
And how do you do that? Because it's a very important thing, right?
Yeah. This is a very multifaceted question you just asked me. So I want to also answer it in a broader.
Oh, break it down.
Very well. I think you mentioned certain element of style in most of the questions you were answering.
Yeah.
So I'll use this opportunity or the platform to try to talk about what style is, because before you can actually influence someone to actually adapt to some of the examples you cited, like the African prints, which people is going out there globally and people are very confident in wearing them. And as a stylist, bringing it to me personally, style, before you can actually do that, you need to understand your position as a stylist and how you can actually make somebody feel comfortable. In doing that, you need to let them understand the timeless style formula. It's a formula I call the timeless style formula.
Okay.
It's the timeless style is fabric, the function, and the fit.
Nice. Okay.
Timeless style is the fabric,
the function,
fabric,
and the fit.
Function and the fit.
Yeah.
So once every person, or once you have every fabric, being African print, and you have a client, somebody is in front of you, or somebody calls you, he wants something nice, which, I mean, is going to work for me.
Yeah.
You start with that. Okay, so let's talk about the timeless style. The fabric.
Yeah.
What kind of fabric are we looking at? What kind of function are you taking that fabric to?
Yeah.
And we also talk about the fit. So that's a way of kind of personalizing it to the person's preference, so that that person can build his or her own self-confidence.
Oh, so you create a whole persona for the person.
That's the point.
Oh, I see. So it's not just
it's not just the person come and just do it. No, for you see, people are kind of one way or the other doing it, but you don't really understand the concept behind it. You see, so a person calls you, oh, and I want an African print. It can be a diaspora person. You need to ask them where they are using it for, which function and all that. Most of the times you see people, making a mockery of on red carpets and all that.
Oh yeah, we see that.
You see somebody have the right fabric,
but the wrong function.
But the function is wrong.
Okay.
How do you understand?
Yeah.
So as you were saying, once you're able to establish this, people are going to be confident and be able to sell out these fabrics, and these are local fabrics out there.
Yeah.
I hope you understand. But even there are still lapses there. People got it, but they don't really represent it there. So I think there should be much education.
Oh yeah. And in terms of fashion, I think
there should be much education so that people can actually understand the timeless style, so that they can actually stream it down to their personal style, so that they kind of be within range.
Exactly.
Because fashion in itself, in a sense, will be setting certain rules.
Yeah.
But style, I feel like wearing this
Exactly.
I don't need to. If I don't need to match a belt with my shoes or something, just because I'm wearing, this kind of trousers, it makes it personal.
Yeah.
I hope you understand.
Yeah.
So I think people also have been justifying some of these rules in their own personal preferences and where they feel. Because some people will be like, okay, I feel like wearing this because today I woke up in a sad mood, so I have to go for these colors and all that. So it's like that. So to throw more light on the question, I feel that people's confidence can be enhanced once the fit is right for them.
Oh yeah, I do believe that. I've seen people who
let's focus on the fit alone.
Yeah.
Let's just use the fit alone.
They look good enough. That's it. They can enter any room and just feel. Yeah, I know that.
You can also make emphasis with the fabric.
Yeah, but the fabric also.
The fabric also builds self-confidence.
It's nice. Yeah,
I hope you understand.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So these are some of the vibes that actually, attracts the foreign, diaspora. You understand the point.
Yeah, I understand. I realize that now they are now coming in for that. They are coming
in for more. Because they see it in these diverse ways. Okay, this maybe the prime minister wore this fabric, was good. It was at this UN function. Oh, this is good. Just because the function that particular item was worn to attract them.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sometimes the same outfit can be used to design something in a vogue way. Paris Fashion Week.
Oh, Paris Fashion.
Dope, and they are coming for it.
That is good.
Halftime show, Super Bowl, somebody will just design something with,
You see, there's an NFL Ghanaian guy. What's his name? I've forgotten his name. He likes to wear a lot of Ghanaian fashion.
I think, I forgot his name. I think he wore, it was a basketball player. I think he wore this.
No, it's an NFL guy. He wore Kente today. He wears the nothing thing. And he makes it so cool, right? And
very cool.
Like, you look at it, it's like, oh, okay.
That is style. You see, you can even rock it with his Jordans and all that. He doesn't.
He makes it so cool. It's like this guy he knows whoever is styling him knows what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
And they make sure it fits a certain way. They have a message they are talking about, right?
Yes.
It leads me to my next question, right? If someone comes to you and they want you to style them, what kind of procedures do you go with them? Do you necessarily look at of course you look at the stature of the body? Do you talk to them to know, okay, this is the personality of this person? Because it's not everything that will fit everybody.
Of course.
Like some people, you look at their personality, you look at their position and where they are and everything, and you style them. Would you have a procedure where you go about these things, where you look at the person like, okay, I think this would be good for you. This won't be good for you. I don't think you should be putting yourself in this type of attire. Or that, do you have a procedure where you do that?
Yes, we have a procedure as a stylist. As a stylist, and what you should know is that when a client or any person consults you that, okay, I want you to do something for me, you need to understand the person's style profile.
Style profile. Okay.
or his orientation.
Yeah.
You see, some people are, for instance, let me use sartorial angles or sartorial, let's say, like the sartorial section of fashion to be an example. Maybe you are getting married and you call me that you should work on something for you and your groomsmen. Then I'll just tell you, okay, how do you want it? I'll ask you those questions.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like I will
You
impose.
them,
We don't want to impose because you're a stylist. Style is personal.
That's true.
Style is so personal.
Yeah.
I hope you understand.
Yeah.
And as you said, some people have to see different body types and other things. You need to also, as you are talking to the person, you are just also scanning through the person's body orientation and see what kind of fits.
Yeah.
So you ask them, how do you want your suit? You understand? Yeah. And some people are not suit persons.
Yeah, some people are not.
Naturally.
Exactly. Yeah.
They have not worn suit before.
Yeah.
They've not worn certain outfit before.
Yeah.
But then certain outfits are official. And it is mandatory that if you are going into certain events, you wear
certainly
them.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't say, I mean, the wedding culture is not ours.
Yeah.
We borrowed it. That's suit
wearing. Yeah, there is no mistake.
You understand?
It's a very Western
thing.
Yeah,
so we need to adapt to certain settings. Okay. So I'll ask you, how do you want it? Okay, I want this. Some of them even go through Instagram online
to find
take screenshots of photos and other things.
Pinterest and all that.
Yeah, inspirations. And then, I want something like this.
Yeah.
Okay. But what they want might not suit them because of their body type. Someone might be pot belly, someone might be so tall. And you need to understand these dynamics. Okay.
Exactly.
And once you know what they want, now you stream it to what you think.
Oh.
And as a stylist, you need, whenever a person calls, you need to have in mind the function
first. Okay, they tell you that
the function
it's for this,
it's for this, it's for that. So whatever fabric, the function, the period, I mean, whether it is right, it is the weather, everything. You see, you consider everything.
Yeah.
Even in fabric selection.
Even the fabric selection is very important.
Because sometimes a lot of stylist designers they get it wrong.
Yeah, you can see a nice style, but the fabric is wrong.
It is wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you understand. Some of them you design nice things for you, but then you feel very hot because the weather is not really.
I saw this event. I think it was this proper event, and everybody it was an outdoor event, and everybody's wearing suit outside.
You see,
and it's in Ghana. Yeah, it's like 2 p.m. and you are sitting outside.
So you see people holding this fan, it's now common now. So we realize that all the men will be holding fans and other things.
It's like
sometimes I can do a linen suit outdoor, nice. Linen suit, something nice. I mean, something that is not fully lined inside, that is breathable, and it goes like that.
See, I didn't even know there was something like that. I didn't even know there was a thing where there's no lining. You see, this is
good. You see. I mean, it's like that. I like that kind of suits. I mean, casual ones on casual days.
Yeah. I think we should. Also, environment is also very important.
The environment is also very important
in what you wear as well, right?
Yes, it's very, very, very important. I think recently, in January, there was this a fashion event. It goes on. It's called PT Umo. I think January is winter, right?
Yeah, it's still winter.
It's still winter. Okay, so we realized that most of the outfit they were wearing, the inspirations were mostly on the winter jacket, long jacket, because you can't go and wear a linen suit.
Nah.
So around the summer when they do that,
I mean, you look at the Paris weeks and everything. Realize that the winter, they have the summer.
So it influences the kind of cuts and the fabric choices that they use. So it's very important. So once a client comes to you, you need to pass through these stages so that you select the good things for them and know what they want.
Exactly.
And once you know their style orientation, then and when they also have their inspiration, you say, okay, with this and this and this, I think this one will fit. And once the person has come to you, you are a brand. So your brand, you need to understand your brand ethics too as well. Because if the person knows, you need to let them know how you do. These are the stuff If you are a luxury brand, you are going in for the best.
Yeah.
I hope you understand. You don't have to design something and expect the person to go and buy any shirt that is not in a good shape. I hope you understand. There's supposed to be coordination. You have to get a point.
The quality has to be on point.
Yes, it has to be on point. Because if you don't check all of those things and you wear a bad thing out there, people are going to point it back, direct it back to you.
Yeah.
For instance, for myself, what I won't wear.
Your reputation is very important.
Very, very important.
Especially if you're styling. Yeah.
Yes. As a stylist, your reputation is very, very important. Don't joke with it.
Like
don't compromise on that. If the person cannot listen, it's better you can let them go. It's better to let them go than to say, let's manage. No. Yes.
That's good.
Yes, it's very.
You don't compromise.
Don't compromise
quality.
on.
You don't compromise.
Don't compromise on that. Okay. So you need to understand the person's capacity, where he's coming from, how much because there are some clients they can afford the Louboutins, 1,200 pounds Louboutins. Some people, their budget even is 5 kgs.
Yeah.
So you need to know how to put things together for them.
Okay.
You see your point.
Yeah.
So
do you also buy them? Do you source them out for them as well?
Yeah, that is part of it.
Oh, so you
source all of those things.
Oh, I see.
So styling is addition and subtraction of all the accessories. Style is to do with accessories.
Okay.
Aside getting that things, putting stuff together, the put together is also very important.
So you do the whole entire thing.
You can give somebody the shirt, the shoe, the perfume, they wouldn't know how to use it right.
So you need to make sure you create them.
The coordination. How do you understand?
I see.
How to make them comfortable. The right way to tuck in. The right way to wear your shoes. The kind of socks to wear. You are wearing the socks in the right way. Because mostly people wear short socks when they sit.
Yeah, exactly.
You see their skin.
Yeah.
That's so wrong. You understand? So that is the gentleman way of some of the you teach people because nobody is born a gentleman. Nobody
you learn that.
Yeah, no, it is by discipline you learn.
Exactly.
Nobody was born with the intuition to know how to tie. But you so long as you said there's nothing new under the sun, you came to meet some things you learn.
Exactly. And
standing on the shoulder of giants.
Exactly.
So this is done this way. And then once you get the basics, okay, now you can say that I'm tired of this. So today, let me go without this, let me go without that. And then it creates that kind of personality, that self-preference, and that will become your style.
Yeah. That's good.
So they're saying that wisdom is the ability to recognize the difference. If everybody is going that way and you decide to know, this is what I feel, will make me different. You see,
stand out, and
it will stand out, and then it will market you, and then people will see that okay, this is what you are, you stand for, and then they come for you for that. Yeah,
that's good. Let's talk about the fashion industry, right?
Yeah,
and I know there's a lot of runway shows and all that, right? I can see that we are actually improving in terms of the quality of things that are coming out, right? Or like we have what is it, the glitz?
The glitz. I think there's a lot of fashion shows.
We have the 1957.
I think KOD has a fashion show called Rhythms on the Runway.
Rhythms on the Runway.
That is music and fashion on the runway. Yeah. And I think there is this one too. I think this the Black Star experience is going to feature most of these events right now.
What do you think about these? What do you think about the fashion industry in general, in that sense, especially in Ghana?
Okay, the fashion industry in Ghana actually is driven by trends. That's one thing I know.
Oh, okay.
Trends. The direction with which things change and are moving. You realize that people, when there's a runway show, people actually participate to actually exhibit their crafts.
Yeah.
You see, so mostly it is inspired by trends. You see, people feel like these Afrocentric fabrics is now being blended with these Western fabrics and other things. So they want to, so it's a way they are trying to position themselves or tell the world that they have this new way of developing or transforming
showing that innovativeness.
Okay. So that is I think that culture in Ghana here is doing well, and I also believe a lot of people, a lot of designers are daring to
Do okay.
are daring. I mean,
yeah,
are
they are,
daring
yeah.
to also
You see that hit
step,
or miss, in
yeah,
that sense, right?
yeah, to hit or to do the unexplained. Something people will question. Oh, I won't do this, but it's all about the confidence. It's about being confident,
Yeah,
being
be able to-
confident to express yourself. Because sometimes somebody wears something unless um somebody wears something, and the only problem that they do not what they don't actually pay attention to is the documentation of the fit, the outfit. I think it was just one of the problem with fashion designers. Fashion documentation.
Really? Yeah, okay.
Trying to
that's
let
very
people
important.
understand
Reasons
the
why
reasons why this is like that.
I don't think we have that a lot in this country.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah, people can't even explain why.
There is this this award. I don't know what's the name. It happened. I don't find the name. Met Gala.
Oh, Met. Oh yeah, Met Gala. Oh yeah, Met Gala is very interesting. Right?
Met Gala. That's what I want to talk about.
Yo,
Met Gala is artistic.
You
don't just present anything.
Art
it's art.
It's art. Yeah, it's
art. You see the artistic part of fashion.
Yeah.
People wear crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean the designers want to.
So you need to document it. You need to know why you are wearing it. Exactly. Sometimes people say, "Oh, this is crazy. I will never wear anything to anywhere." But when you hear the documentation of the outfit, you understand. And then now you understand that.
Yeah, it's true. Like the Met Gala is I think it's one of the top fashion shows in the world.
So I think there should be section created for people to actually let us understand the story behind the fabrics and everything. Yeah. And I think that's one of the ways to sell our local designs and other things. Yeah, it's one of the platforms.
It is very important.
Yeah, and people can also be acknowledged in this process. The designers, the people who make these things. Sometimes it's beads, the beadings.
Yeah,
you understand the point. So once it's documented, people can take credit for their works, and it can sell them to.
Oh, so you can patent it, and people can.
That's the point. Okay. And you don't see it much often.
Now in Ghana, you
don't see it. And we as stylists, I mean, we actually deals with most of these people, independent people who do this kind of craft, because you can finish a piece and then you just need some, some painting sometimes when one of the, you understand. And that person's in documenting the work, you need to mention him. And
of course, you need
to project his works out there too.
You're talking about the storytelling. It's even way in terms of let's say in the cultural context of things, right?
Yeah.
In terms of our fabrics and everything, we have designers that are even telling stories, right?
Already.
You talk about the kente design, you talk about all these things. Yeah. They are for a certain function. If you wear a certain kente for a certain function, you know that it means this, it means that, right? And if you incorporate that into a, let's say, international fashion,
yes,
where because it's a very unique thing to Ghana.
Very,
very, very unique thing. We don't almost all our traditional materials have like meanings.
And one other aspect is the we have, every country has some set of mask. Traditional mask.
Yeah.
And some of these things have names.
Exactly.
And when we were kids, sometimes you enter someone's space like a painting like this, and some of them were scary. We used to think it's juju or something.
Yeah. And back in the day,
those things are seriously.
Have you seen how Nigerians are using their?
Yes, I think
it's they have the the Benin mask and
the
what
mask.
Do you call it?
They're just beautiful, and they have serious. They have fantastic meanings to them.
Oh yeah.
They are telling serious stories and all that. So I think it's something. The storytelling aspect of our runway should be really more.
We should do more about that.
Yeah, I think it's also.
I do agree with you.
Yeah, it can be channeled to enhancing businesses.
What would you do different if you were, let's say, you're in charge of the fashion industry in Ghana? What would you do different? What would you make sure? What would you do to put, let's say, Ghana on a certain trajectory? When you talk about fashion, when you talk about fashion, you cannot mention You always mention Paris. You always mention New York in that sense. Sometimes Hong Kong in that sense, right?
Yeah.
And like even on the continent, right? You cannot not mention Nigeria, Lagos.
Yeah.
When it comes to say Accra, maybe sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
in that sense. Senegal is now coming. Senegal,
Yeah.
Dakar. Their fashion week is crazy.
Kenya is also there.
Kenya is also there,
Yeah.
right?
Kenya is
Well,
also there.
what can we do to put ourselves? Because I've been studying them. All of them have a uniqueness to them.
Yeah.
Dakar's fashion is very unique. You wouldn't find it in Ghana, Nigeria, or any other places, right? It's very unique to, and international people come all the way there. I'm talking international fashion people come all the way there, and they even had I think it was excuse me, there's a brand. I think one of these international brands did a fashion show in Senegal, Dakar, a few years back. They came and they did their whole. That was the first time they did in Africa, and they chose Dakar to do that. That means that they saw that there's a certain rise in their fashion industry and decided to come and do it there. Want a case where Louis V or all these things will come and do their one-way show in Ghana, where you know that, okay, yeah, Accra is cool enough to come and do it. You get what I mean? So what can we do to put ourselves on a level where it's good and it meets a certain level of international standard that people will try and like let me associate myself with Ghana or Accra in that sense.
Okay, I think one of the ways that if I had the position to do things different in the fashion space is creating a means to support people, startups, capital.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things.
Yeah, we lack that in the fashion industry. Right?
Yeah, I mean startups, and another one too is exhibition, because fashion is art, and art is something that you practice and demonstrate.
Yeah, I agree.
You see the point,
I do agree.
And then something you practice and demonstrate. So I mean, when you light the candle, you don't put it under the mat or bed. You put it in the space for everybody to see.
Yeah.
So to displaying talent and fashion, you need to create that platform for people to show what they have designed and what is in them for the world to see. Once people see that people actually appreciate what they are doing, it's one of the ways for them to empower them to do more.
Yeah.
And then also try to encourage and build structures to enhance originality. How people will build originality, because when you realize that people copy too much.
Oh yeah.
People try to.
You don't find enough uniqueness
the originality in people's pieces. How we understand. You need to, when you see anything, one thing that I do is if I see that somebody has created something, a client brings, oh, let's work on this. No, I won't do that. I'll say, okay, let's create something for you out of
this one.
This construct.
So not exactly the same thing.
Not exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So sometimes you realize that, even in the wedding space, the off-white jacket and the black trousers has been very dominant right now.
Everybody's doing
it. But then, you see, there's supposed to be element of differentiation. You can add something to it. You can add a way of spicing it out to make it yours. Because when you look at 10 out of 10, you can see 8 people wearing similar stuff for their weddings and other things. But there are ways that these things, this outfit can also be encouraged. So I believe these are the few ways that can be done to step up the whole
industry in that sense, right?
Yeah.
That's very good. You made mention of weddings, right?
Yeah.
And I know you have an experience in styling a lot of do you still also do bride you do only the men fashion?
Okay, I do the men for now.
You do the men
I do the men for now. But with the women, it is not with the weddings. Sometimes because right now you have women suitings and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And also, I mean, when you look at Vogue women and all that, that's kind of style too, where you can incorporate fabrics, traditional artifacts.
Oh yeah, now the women
those kind of things. I hope you understand. So I wouldn't limit it more to the weddings because that's to do with the guns and
guns. Yeah, exactly.
But when you bring it out to general fashion,
then that one
you can really, like the Ralph Lauren kind of way.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's my favorite brand.
Oh, I can see. But
all-time favorites.
That's good. But my question is, you can tell the evolution of style from the oversized suit. Yeah. Where back in the day, people used to wear oversized suits
with the heel boots and the pointed wedge boots and all that. It's back.
You remember they used to have a shoe that goes all the way back there. But you can see that people are now very intentional about what they want to do.
Right now, people are very intentional. You can see that
they're more
confident too.
In tune with that. They're now in tune with fashion. They want to be able to look good.
Yes,
in that sense, which is actually a good. It's actually a good thing.
And storytelling. If you want to tell a story of what they wear, people want to be given platform to tell. What this says.
You're doing something. You're doing something very important for people, because on your special day you make them feel good. That's something that you cannot take away from anybody. You're giving people that type of self-esteem.
Yes, very, very important.
Because you are in front of everybody, right? And
very, very, very important.
In the age of social media now, every eyes is on almost all the eyes are on you. People are taking photos, people are taking this, and even you yourself, you want to feel good to be able to stand in front of your to be, your wife to be or whatnot, to be able to express whatever you have for them, and them feeling good is
very ultimate. That comfortable factor is very, very, very serious.
How does it make you feel as a fashion guy, where you've done your job as a stylist, and let's say for a wedding, and everything goes on well? How does it make you feel? Well, okay, this is a good job. Like I've done a good thing, where you feel as if the guy feels good enough to be able to do. How does that work?
It makes me feel fulfilled because I take every client as a different task to learn new things. So sometimes some clients are difficult because sometimes some clients, I say their wives is their stylist.
It's true.
You understand? A lot of the
hey, my wife said I shouldn't wear this.
You see, that's the problem. My wife is my stylist and all that. But here is the case that you're not supposed to see your wives gone before.
Exactly.
Until you understand. So the wives keep cheating the grooms. So this is one of the problems. So sometimes some people are no, my wife said this, my wife said this. So it becomes a problem. I hope you understand. So, And you need a stylist. As you rightfully you said, stylist is very important because on that day you need somebody to be your mirror. Because you can't it's not like an ordinary day. And what makes you a groom is like entering the barber shop or the spa. You go and you enter and get back being different. That's why we call the place grooming. So on your day, that name groom on you means that everything about you should be different. You don't have to look ordinary.
Exactly.
So you need a different inclusion, a different eye, a different mirror to actually let you reflect to the crowd, to yourself. You need to even see yourself and cry because you're looking.
You're like, that's the thing, man. I don't think people understand what wearing something good makes people feel. People don't understand the emotional or psychological part of it.
Yes.
Where you feel good enough to be able to go out there and put yourself out there in that sense. Right? You can wear something bad. It will kill your self-esteem.
That is very, very true.
It will kill your self-esteem in that sense.
Yes.
Right?
I tell a client that whenever you buy fake, you buy it twice. And that's the first.
Tell people to stop buying fake. You should tell them.
When you buy fake, you buy twice. So I think you said something. I was very happy before we came on set. You said something like, you want to buy right.
I want to buy.
You don't want to buy a watch that is not fake. That's not good.
No, right. If it's fake, I want to buy. If it's
I love that.
I just want to take my time.
And the problem is that I want to make some talk on that. What you said.
Yeah.
Immediately you said it, something struck my mind. And I'll talk about this issue
Yeah.
when we get here. You see, the reason why people buy fake is because they don't prepare. They don't plan. You understand the point?
Yeah.
They don't plan, and they don't plan for events. So, and they don't prepare. Planning and preparation is the same thing. But you have an event in June, and you need this, that. Even you don't have the money, you can save to that to get the things.
Yeah, some people.
But people don't do that. But they wait 1 month to the event. Now they are starting to prepare or plan for the shoes and other things. And at that point, you don't have money. You don't have the capacity to acquire all of those things. So what they do is that they go into the account, their budget is this amount, and this budget needs to get all these items. So the only way for you to function at the event is to drop your budget.
Yeah, of course.
You bring it down to low quality.
But the thing that people also don't understand the fact that you can also get a certain level of regardless of your budget, right? You should be able to make sure it fits your event or whatever.
Yeah.
So let's say, as you were saying, we're talking about watches, right?
Yeah.
They're equally good watches that are equally cheap. You have
minimalist
Casios and all that.
Yeah.
Right? Just don't go to the market and buy a Rolex from a guy that has what do you call it? A table full of watches and
original fake.
And you're like, okay,
that's
I'm buying a Rolex for 500 CB. Like,
1,500 Rolex.
You get me? Like that's my.
Yes. It doesn't make sense. I mean, so I think preparation is part of being a well-dressed person, building your confidence. If you prepare, even though it can be a minimal something, I mean, it's kind of enhance you, build your confidence than going in for something. Because when you buy something that is fake, you can't even mingle well. You can't even socialize well because you're like, no, you'll be hiding. Seriously.
You see how even simple people, like they just have a haircut. That's it.
Yeah.
Their self esteem is gone to another level because you look a certain way.
Yeah.
You can see the differences in the way they change. Like I not cut my eyes, so I know come on. You understand?
So
I look nice.
Cut after grooming, some new level of energy.
Hey. So imagine you add like a proper attire to it, and you're like, the guy man is in town.
When you get a new perfume,
hey,
he wants. And it's great. You need to take it out.
Exactly. People to know that.
You need to know that you are in town, man. Yeah.
Oh, you smell good. That's
that alone.
Okay.
I think perfumes that's that magic more than.
Oh yeah.
It has that way.
People underestimate scent, right? Scent can make people like you.
That's a whole topic on its own.
It can make people like you. People they're gravitated to you when you smell good.
Your fragrance.
Exactly. Some people are turned off when you smell like a little bit like, no, I don't want to be. When you smell good and they like your smell, that's like it's just something different.
It can make you go to hell if you don't smell nice. I can explain that.
Oh,
the Bible said that cleanliness is next to godliness.
Okay.
If you don't smell nice, someone enter your office and you smell bad.
Oh yeah, it'll put you off.
Now,
it'll put you off.
The person will not say or insult you. When he leaves the office, this guy is too stupid. Why? You understand the point? You've called that person to sin.
Exactly.
So, fragrance is very important. I mean,
would you say that, talking about these things, would you say that hygiene also goes hand in hand with fashion?
Yes. Hygiene is very, 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 I mean, and discipline. Hygiene and discipline. I think when we were growing, we were in the boarding house, schools and other things. There's something that unconsciously that was
instilled in
us, which we are still never, I mean, aware of it. That's discipline.
Oh yeah.
The fact that you were timetabled in school, prep times, morning assembly, breakfast, class section, lunchtime, siesta, bedtime, and all of these things. These things are the basic elements to success.
Yeah, I do agree. I really do.
You understand?
Yeah.
We were taught those things, but even the teachers didn't know what they were giving us. Most of them didn't know.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You
In
see?
that sense. Yeah.
So it starts with getting up, getting a master seat, dressing your bed, and having your quiet time.
Yeah.
Planning your day.
I tell people that even laying your bed is a very important
Yes, that's
thing, right?
very important.
Coming back to the house and you see a laid bed.
It has a way of making you, giving you a relaxed mind. It's a therapy.
Exactly. Like
I call it therapy.
Oh yeah. When I realized that, you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
When you are tired, you come back home.
Discipline.
And you see the
discipline.
Laid
If you
bed.
come to my space.
There's no things on the bed.
Yeah. I make sure I arrange everything before I leave. If I come house, I take my shoes. It goes here. It goes here. My watches go here. Bracelets goes here. My tie goes here. Everything.
You have a specific place.
Specific places. So when I call you that go here, turn left, turn right, pull this drawer, this is here.
You know.
But some people, when they are stepping out, their room is in a mess. They have to go and come back before.
Yeah.
So if you're not disciplined, these things is because you're a stylist.
So you say that fashion goes with discipline as well.
Very. Discipline is the key thing.
You should tell people
because you are not born a gentleman.
Yeah,
but
true.
You need to, have the ability to learn the basic rules. Discipline is what will take you through it.
Yeah, exactly.
So discipline is very key. It's very, very, very key.
Yeah. So let's conclude this. What would be your if let's say if I think a lot of people need a certain level of fashion advice, right?
A lot of people do need.
What is the basic thing you can give people in terms of advice? Like in terms of what's the basic thing people should do to be able to, be on a certain level of like good self-esteem, or like how they dress or how they do things, because you've had experience in this, you work with other people, you've seen, because I can even call you a consultant in that sense, right? Where, when someone asks you, okay, like you've had enough clientele to know that there's a certain level of, there's a common trend that cuts across all these people, right? And if these people were able to do that common thing, it would even make your work easier for you. You get me? Where you don't have to like, so I'm sure you make sure people unlearn a lot of things before you even start. You get me? In that sense.
So that can make it easy for you.
It makes it easy. What will be the easiest advice or the basic advice you give people, especially, the young guys coming out?
Okay.
You get me?
I call this the dynamics of style constraint.
Hey, this is basic.
Yeah, it's basic, but that's the dynamics of style constraint.
Yeah.
It's something to do with how to position yourself irrespective of your capacity in terms of what you can afford to acquire at a particular time.
Oh, yeah, good point.
I think
a good point.
I hope you understand.
That is a very good point.
The dynamics of style constraint, because a lot of people are kind of, everybody are having problems. Talk to a lot of people.
Of course.
It's this generation that people are living fake lives on social media and smiling like, it's rosy.
Hey.
But when you talk to people, you realize that people are really struggling. I hope you understand. So we need to understand this dynamism so that wherever and whenever you find yourself, your style and your fashion will be there. The dynamics of style constraint. It means that irrespective of the little coins you have, wherever you step, it is not an excuse for you not to be stylish person.
I see.
I'm actually putting this thing in a book.
Oh, that's good. You should do that. You should actually do that.
So it's I think it's a 4-quadrant construct.
Yeah, talking about that, you can see perfect. You can see somebody who's like proper rich guy. You can see some guy who's like a normal guy. And the guy who's dressed up, as you feel as if, okay, as you said, he's dressed according to, and he looks good on that. The person there, so I understand what you mean, like in that.
So to answer that question, I'm trying to use that model to answer that question. Yeah. So it's a 4-quadrant something with time and money. It's like when you were kids, the number line. You have the X
exactly,
and the Y axis. You remember, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
So the vertical and the horizontal.
Yeah.
So it means that on the first quadrant, you have positive.
Yeah.
positive. It means that you have time and you have money.
Yeah.
And on the other one, you have money, you don't have time.
Exactly. So yeah.
You have to understand. On the other quadrant, you don't have it all. Yeah. So in any quadrant you find yourself, there's supposed to be certain basic things you need to do. Let's take one of them. You have time, you have money. You can go to Paris and shop.
That's time and money. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's time and money. Exactly.
The other quadrant, you have time, you don't have money. You have internet. You subscribe. TM Lewin. Your letterboxes, they'll send you, Valentine's Day
styles and all that.
Not styles, like they'll send you
discounts. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. True.
Discountings and other things, and then you have the time, you don't have the money, so you monitor. Once there is sales,
you buy. Yeah. So you have to be strategic.
That's the point,
Yeah.
When you don't have it all, you know your uncle. Uncle, how far? You go and serve. You go and clean the old shoes. You pick them, the big ones. The big shirt. You take it and alterate them.
Or you go to Cantamanto.
Cantamanto, that's right. Bend down boutique.
Hey, people start. I know a lot of stylists that started from
that's
there.
That's where real stars start from.
Yeah.
Vintage. As in the rags.
Yeah.
So that's where you get the real Louis Vuittons, and because you get it real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The two ones and all that. So I think this construct actually is one of the ways to actually let people, once people know that, okay, I find myself at this point, okay, so let me stick to this. So that you don't use all your money to buy. Yeah. To buy a shoe or something like that.
That's good.
You need to place yourself appropriately to where you belong. And then wherever you step, people will like, no, you're stylish.
That's good. That's good. Last question, Brian. What is the basic thing that guys should have in their wardrobe, on their whatever? What's the basic thing that guys should have in their wardrobe?
A guy, you need to get the necessary. One is the grooming tools. Basically, you have these trimming kits, scissors. If
you have a beard, you have to keep it
neat. You need to keep it neat. You need to have hair washes and other things. Yeah. That is for cleanliness. That's where I will start from. Yeah. You need to be neat. You need to get your perfume.
Very important.
Your perfume is very important. Your after shower gels and what do you call this? After shaves. Yeah. Is very, very important. You need to get a bag for that in your bathroom. Yeah, exactly. Hair. And then also, you need to also get a designated place to keep your items.
You have to compartmentalize.
Yeah, departmentalize your space.
That's very good, actually. Yeah, it can be chaotic sometimes.
It can be bad.
Yeah. Like if everything is mixed together, it can be chaotic. Serious, yeah. Your trousers are mixed with the shirt, and you have to almost every time.
These things are basic, very important. Yeah, it's basic. You take it for granted, but it's yeah. If you don't take it, that can affect your timing.
Oh yeah,
it can affect your blessings.
True.
Because you need to be somewhere on time.
And you're like, where is this thing? Where
is my socks?
I put it somewhere. You can't find it. Yeah.
Where's my socks? You see one.
Yeah, you see. You can't find it.
Delay you 20 minutes late, and then you mix the event.
I know. I've been a victim of that. I know what that feels like. Yeah.
So proper departmentation, sectioning where we put your things is very important. And you need to also know your style in terms of your formal and then your informal outfits. What are formal? Those things. Those items to keep formal. You don't have to buy things for special occasions. That's one of the things.
You don't have to buy. Yeah, that's good.
You don't have to buy stuff.
People are like, okay,
the formal ones should be formal, and the other ones also should be there. Then your perfume, very important. I always emphasize on your perfume.
How you smell good, exactly.
How you smell, because it has a way of affecting it. It has a way of building your self-confidence. To multitask. It gives you different vibe. It puts you there. And then your shoes is also very important.
Very.
You wear the right shoes. You also your suit, sartorial wise. Okay, you need to have, as a gentleman, you need to have a suit. Because a suit is a gentleman's uniform.
Exactly.
Yeah. You need to have a tuxedo. You need to have casual suits. And the right shirts too. The right shirts for formal suits, and the casual shirt too for your casual suits. Yeah. So basically, I don't want to talk about much.
Yeah.
The fewer the
these
merrier.
are the basic elements you need to have.
Yeah, the fewer the merrier. Yeah.
All right, bro. All right. Thank you for coming, my brother.
Thank you.
That was.